So today I'm going to be opening the Ichiban Kuji 4 Emperors set. I've got prizes A, B, C, and D here, plus the last one Luffy figure also. And something I really like about these boxes is that the letters on them all have their own color. So first we'll be opening up Shanks. And here's the side of the box. We can see a little wave behind Shanks here. And yeah, this is Ichiban Kuji Master Lies X-Piece figure. And this will be my first ever figure of Shanks. And that's one of the things I love about collecting One Piece figures, is that you can be collecting for like so many years, have like 50, 100 unique characters in your collection, and still be getting new ones like this Shanks right here. So here he is in the plastic. They've always got tape on here, so gotta just cut that. And here he is. So here's the stand. It's a little clear circle. And here is Shanks himself. First look at him here, and I think he looks great. I had seen some pictures of these because they've been out for a bit now, and wasn't too sure about how the quality turned out, but seeing it myself in person now, really very satisfied with it. Let's look at his cape. So the inside of it is really nice and smooth looking, and it's gray, while the outside of it is black. Then at the top we can see more of that gray from the inside wrapping around up there. I think it just looks great, and so does the face. All the details on the face look really clean and sharp. Like on his mouth, there's none of that white bleeding off onto the lips, and then yeah, the eyes look great. So does the scar over his eye. Just whole face, I really love it. And also the paint job on his hair also. It's got that darker red right there in like the middle of it, and then kind of all throughout there's some different variants through it. I always love it when they at least do this much with the hair. And then yeah, the top, there's this little piece sticking out right here, kind of rubbery, but don't want to really move it too much and risk breaking it off. But yeah, it's pretty soft. And there are a few rough spots in the hair on mine, you can see right here, but whatever. Yeah, I really love the face on this, the cape. Now let's look at the rest. So here is his white shirt, and it's got like a really slight purplish hue to it, which I think looks pretty nice. And now let's move on down to his pants, which are the ones that he wears in Film Red, and also in that little part where he's on his ship outside of Wano. I think he's also wearing these. And yeah, the sculpt on them looks great. I really like it. And then under that, we've got his hairy legs sticking out and his foot down there. I like how you can see all of the individual nails on his toes there. Then he's just wearing his sandals. Now we got to get the rest of the pieces on. But yeah, here's his scabbard. You can see here it just sticks out right here under the cape like that. So let's get I guess we'll put the stand on first. So yep, just a clear circle base with this little risen portion for his foot to rest on. Then he's got the two holes in his foot and the two pegs on the stand. Here he goes. Shanks is on there, and then his sword has got this little flesh colored peg on it that just goes right there into just hooks on great. And yeah, this thing is not going to fall over easily. I can hit it like this, not going anywhere, just sliding around. I know different figure lines have different types of stands, and I think my favorites are types like this, or any type of stand where the thing isn't gonna easily tip over. So yeah, I really ended up liking this even more than I thought I would. Now let's get on to the next one. So we'll be doing them in order. Shanks was prize A, and now we've got Blackbeard, prize B. And he's got the same little wave right there on the side of the box. And his box has this flap at the top of it. Then yeah, this side on all of them is gonna be like this. It's got all four of them there. Looks pretty nice. I like it. And yeah, this thing off to the side of the screen is my microphone. I've got to get a better one at some point for these videos. The microphone I use is just very inconvenient for this type of setup, but it's what I got, so it's what I'm gonna use. Alright, here comes the sexy beast finally. Here is Blackbeard, and he's pretty heavy. Here's what he looks like packaged from the back. And here is the front. Now let's get this huge beast out, and I'll be adding their weights and measurements somewhere, maybe in a picture on the video, maybe just in the description. He's got this clear oval base here. Now let's get this big old beast out of here. Here he is. Yeah, I wonder how much this weighs. I would guess maybe 1 pound, 1.5, but we'll see. We're gonna find out. Now look at that big old sexy belly just hanging out right there. Look at that with all that hair on it. I wish I could grow hair like that on mine, but I just can't. It doesn't happen. His coat there, it's got some oranges and yellow in there. It looks very nice. Then he's got this orange clump coming off of his hat. I can't think of the name of this little orange clump right now, but yeah, it's connected to his hat. And yeah, his hat's got more of that yellow on it. It really just kind of blends into the cape there. Let's see, yeah, he's got some little feathers, purple flower, and this little blue piece tied around the hat. Just a beautiful beast here. He's got to be one of my top favorite designs in all of One Piece. Not sure how high I'd rank it, maybe top 5, something like that. Oh, look at that nose. Yeah, the face looks great, and so does the beard. I just love it. Let's see the black coat. So it's just one shade of black, which I think looks fine. It looks great. There is a little red speck right there, just a little flaw, and then it's got that trim on the side, the red with the little things that would hook together on this side where it's got the white little ropes over here. If he were to ever close it, but I don't think he could close it over that fat body there. And yeah, the inside of it's got this nice purple texture in there. Just love it. And yeah, his pants and belt look great. He's got the 3 guns in there tucked into his belt. Then that little purple flower pattern on his pants. Then we can see his socks right there too with the little rings of purple on them. And then here are his boots, brown. Then we've got the little gold straps on them. And the soles are a lighter brown. Love everything about this so far. And yeah, we can see this clear chunk on the left foot, which is going to hook right into the base. Let's finally get him onto there now. Because yeah, it's kind of hard to get this in because his coat is blocking. Alright, so I got it in now. And yeah, again, the back of his cape just looks really nice. I like it. Get this sexy beast on there. Alright, had to stretch that foot a little. Everything's falling into place now. Let's get this one stretched. Popped right in there. And there we go. Blackbeard is complete. Yeah, his guns have these little black lines for detailing on them. Think they look great. And yeah, the belt is great. I love that brown fluffiness around it. Can't get enough of looking at Blackbeard. This is easily my favorite official Blackbeard figure that is out there right now. Oh, we almost forgot his hands. He's got some more hair on his hands, and we can see all these rings on his fingers. And it looks like they're just mirrored. He's got the same ring on the thumb than on his other fingers. And we can also see his fingernails pretty clearly. I do hope to see a Portrait of Pirates Maximum Blackbeard at some point, which, I mean, it's kind of inevitable. It's just a matter of when they're going to make it, not if they're going to make it. And when they do, I hope I like it, because even though the detail is clearly going to beat this one in the, the overall quality and paint job, since it's a Portrait of Pirates figure, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to like it more than this one. I might not like the pose, I might not like the weird coloring they choose to put on it. Who knows what they're going to do with it. So I feel like there's a 50-50 chance with that. I might not like it better. Now let's get on to Luffy. So here he is, prize C, Luffy. The side is the same as the others, got the wave right there, then this on the back, all 4 on the side here. And I still haven't ordered that Figure Art Zero Gear 5 Luffy. I know I talked about it a lot in previous videos, but just never ended up ordering it. I might order it soon. I mean, I am going to get it at some point, but maybe from a US site. So I'll probably have it sometime in the middle of this year, unless I end up ordering from a Japan site. We'll see what happens. Alright, so this had tape over here. Sometimes I forget to check all the spots. Tape over here and here. But yeah, I usually always leave the opposite side tape on there. Except in some cases, you do need to cut it completely off to get the figure out, because sometimes there's like a piece sticking far up that will get caught on there if you don't cut it all the way. Let's see Luffy. Here he is. Little piece of plastic here going under his hands like this. See, it's going under both hands, so it's keeping his hands separate from his purple sash so they don't rub together, I guess. And then yeah, same thing here, this side, keeping it from rubbing against that sash. So if you get this and repackage it, remember that. And here's the hat, very plain looking. It's got the detail on it, just like no coloring though. It's just, you know, the plain straw hat color with the red band right there. And as for Luffy himself, I like how they did the little smoke thing around him up there. Kind of translucent and white. And look at that, it looks like it has less seams than the Portrait of Pirates Snake Man does. Yeah, that one is just full of seams, that the smoke piece on the Portrait of Pirates Snake Man. And now let's look at his face. So, I mean, it's Luffy. Then the hair looks fine, looks good. Looks like it's being like blown back a little bit or something. I don't know. Maybe not, maybe it's just shaped like that for this figure. And then we've got the very bendy looking arms. You can see at the elbows, it's just like a bend there, really making it look like Gear 5, you know. Then his purple sash has some little lines etched into there, and so do his shorts. They've got lots of little lines in there for the detail. Then he's got, of course, these big fluffy parts at the end of his shorts, and his legs are kind of stretching there. And I always like when they do it like this, where this foot is like separate from the sandal like that. Look good. Yeah, I like the foot and sandals on this one. And the scar, let's see the scar. Looks good to me. Now let's get him onto the stand. Then right here in the back, we can see where this stand hooks right in like this. And then this sticks into the base like this. And there we go, we've got Gear 5 Luffy. And here is Prize D Buggy, another heavy one like the Blackbeard. This is much heavier than Luffy and Shanks. Side of the box again, and the back. Oh, and this side with the wave, of course. And yep, this one's got a flap on the top, just like Blackbeard did. So out of this set, Blackbeard and Buggy have this kind of handle. It's a handle. I keep calling it a flap, but yeah, it's a little handle so you could like hold it. God, I almost cut my eye out with this right now. Usually I put it in, but that was almost it. I'm kind of excited for this one, not as much as I was for like Blackbeard and Shanks, but yeah, he is definitely a heavy beast in here. And look at, he's got bubble wrap all around him in there. And here he is. First we've got the circle base here. Looks like it's got 2 pegs for the foot, then a little stand is going to hook in right there. And here is Buggy all wrapped up in bubble wrap. So yeah, sleeve of bubble wrap like that. And then under that, he's in all this plastic. Wow, this thing looks pretty impressive. He's got like all these wet spots on him. You see that? See if we can get that on the camera. Like all right there, wet spots. Let me see if those come off. Like, yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe something from the production of the figure dried like that on it. Maybe I'll try to wipe it off, see if it comes off, but let's just get him put together for now. So here he is, Emperor Buggy. We can see his hands are hooked onto the little hair coming out of his hat. A really great way to go about sticking the hands on there like that to make it look like they're floating, you know. I think that is great. And then on his hat, he's got all these little studs, whatever you want to call those. And then, yeah, the top of the hat is yellow. And yeah, his hair looks great back there. Look at that. And then right here you can see where he detached his hand to fly it out over here. And then yeah, there's the inside of the hand, just looks like a loose glove. And the face looks great. It looks just like Buggy. Look at that. Oh, I think this is my first Buggy figure also, so got a few first in the collection today. Shanks and Buggy. And then he's got this pink whatever wrapped around his neck and his dark blue hair. Is this even his real hair? I'm confused. Like, is the dark blue his real hair and this is just like extra stuff? Kind of forgot at this point, not sure. But yeah, the rest of him is just a big ol' red blob, but I think it's really well done. You can really see how he's like just using his body parts detached in there to stretch himself out and make him look big in this giant big ol' red bodysuit he's got on. Can't say I really love this look for Buggy, but I think it's a very interesting figure and I'm glad to have it. Let's get it onto the base. Where's this gonna hook in? This piece doesn't even hook on, it's just gonna support him there. Right into there, but let's look at Buggy's shoes first. Yeah, so it does look to have a little bit of shading all throughout the red bodysuit thing. I think it's pretty nice. Yeah, he sticks on with his left shoe, has the 2 peg holes in there like this, and then the rest of his body's just gonna perfectly rest right there. Now how stable is this thing? Oh, pretty nice actually. Yeah, he stands just fine. Alright, so what else to say about this Buggy? Let me see if I missed any details. Yeah, his gloves look to have a little bit of very like light blue shading kind of in the middle of the hand there. Looks pretty nice. And then yeah, he's got his tongue sticking out, which looks good. The Buggy nose, big ol' red nose there. Yep, here he is, Emperor Buggy, a great figure. Now it's time for the last one, Luffy. Right, and here he is, and yep, this is the last one version. So the way to get this one was by playing the actual Ichiban Kuji in Japan and buying the last ticket. Then you'd get the last prize plus this figure, which is the last one. There he's got the wave again, and yeah, this box is gold. So yeah, this one isn't going to be on any sites like Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, and you know, maybe like a third-party seller will get it and sell it, but like no official release. You're not going to be able to order this on Otaku Mode, Crunchyroll, any of the regular sites. Not going to show up, but you know, there's going to be people selling it on eBay always, and you could just use the proxy service like Zen Market. That's what I use, but there's others, Bai, who knows what else, From Japan. I've heard of one. It's called From Japan, a proxy service. And yeah, so there's ways to get this. It's not like it's hard to get, even though it's exclusive to Japan. It's just not quite as easy to get as the other ones are from the set. Here he comes, and already I'm liking him more than Prize C. Got the same type of circle base. We'll just get this out right away, the little stand. And now here is Luffy. There we go. There we go. I love that face. I love the face on this one. And he's got the same little plastic there wrapped around the hands between the purple sash, just like on the Prize C. So let's get that out. Alright, here he is, and he's supposed to be upside down, so let me turn him upside down. You know, maybe I should get the other one out here, but let's look at him real quick. So everything else looks about the same except for the head. Just the face looks different, and he's gonna be hooked on differently, so the peg hole in the back is a little differently shaped. But let's get him in the stand, and I'm gonna go get the other one, and we're gonna see just what's different about it. And look at that. That's great. I don't think I have any figure like this where it's like hooked on upside down, so very unique figure here. Let me get Prize C. Alright, so here they are together, and yeah, maybe I should turn him upright. Let's see. So yeah, the bodies look just about identical as far as I can tell. The posing of the legs, the posing of the arms looks exactly the same. Yeah, only difference then is the head. Oh, look at that. The hair is very different. Yeah, the hair is very different. Maybe a completely different sculpt. You can see this one kind of comes down over his face a bit on the Prize C, while this one is, yeah, not coming down quite as far over his forehead. And then, yeah, just all the little shapes in there are completely different on the front right here. And the very back of the hair looks pretty similar on both of these. That might be the same, like the back row of hair pieces maybe, but yeah, the very front and face are different. Yeah, I just love this pose. Oh, and I just noticed the Straw Hat string is white. Didn't notice that. And also the sashes are positioned differently on these two Luffys, so that's another little difference there. So here are my personal rankings for the figures in this set. In first place is Blackbeard, second is Shanks, third is the last one, Luffy, Buggy is fourth, and in fifth place is the Prize C Luffy. And I like this one, I just like all of the other ones more. Now here are some size comparisons with some different figure lines.